Good afternoon. I'm Cassandra, Regional Sales Manager with Purity Life Health Products Wellness Division.
Yes, and I'm Julie Drapeau, the Senior Vice President of Wellness. And we're here today very excited to present to you a very different way to share trends. And when I say that is what we like to do at Purity and in that type of session is not just to talk about, what products are trendy, but to really give you where consumers are and what's happening in the world. And so you can go back in your store or as a brand to understand where you need to, how you can react to the market and really be proactive. So I would like to start. And if you remember one thing of this presentation is what I'm going to say. We need to meet our customers where they're at. And I'm saying this, in the past couple of months, I've traveled quite a bit. And I was actually in Atlanta attending a Myers-Briggs personality test training. And I'm sitting in a room of 25 people. Here I come with my bag of, supplements and hydration powder and my creatines and my protein powder, for all the day, snacks that we all do here, right? I'm sitting there thinking that everybody is the same. And I turn around and I was the only one doing that. But everybody was interested. And they were asking me a ton of questions. Hey, Julie, we've heard about protein, that it's important to us, but I'm so confused. Creatine, I know it's great. That influencer is talking about it, but I don't know what to take. So I kind of go online sometimes and I buy something, but it doesn't sit well with me and I don't know what to do. So the big key starting message that Cassie and I want to share with you today is the majority of people that come in your store, you have, a scale, right? You have people that are more like us that are using natural product. They understand what they're taking, what they're looking for. But you also have people on the other end of the spectrum. And maybe they're taking some conventional product. Maybe they're still drinking their Coca-Cola, but they want to do better. So our mission is to welcome them, to support them, and to take them where they are without judging and helping them. And I'll talk later in menopause. Perimenopause is a huge category right now. And there's some women that will be they're taking some hormones. They come in your store, but they want to have supplement to help them. And we were at an event with Alive a couple of days ago where CHFA and Alive presented their data as well. And one of the presenters shared her personal experience saying, I went to my medical doctor and they wanted to give me antidepressant. So I went to my health food store and there were people that were knowledgeable. So that's another key takeaway right at the start that I want retailers that are in the room here. Invest in educating your employees because a lot of people that are coming to your stores went to their doctor. Sometimes, there's doctors that have one that very good, supportive, but not all of them. And confusion is very high, so you will need to support. So throughout our presentation, we'll remind you of all of this. But that's really what we're hoping that you will hold on to, that it's all of us here that can take people's hand without judging wherever they are and bring them slowly into, make them understand and see options out there.
The positive side to that too is that consumers are far more aware. They are influenced by social media and understand that there are better options or different options for them than what they might be seeing, in their conventional doctor. So that awareness is stepped up as well. And that's driving people into health food stores as well. So there is a lot of information on the slide, but the few things that we really wanted to drive home is just kind of showing what's driving the Canada's natural landscape right now. And the two biggest pieces to this information is that the efficacy is really what is driving people's decisions. So they could have the cleanest product out there. Let's just say example, makeup. If it does not work well, if it does not apply well, and it does not last through the day, it might not matter to them how clean that product is. They want efficacy. And that goes through many categories in our market. And the second one is driven obviously by price as well. Big piece to this is that sustainable, yes, is still a topic for people, but the data shows that the affordability and the efficacy is outshining the sustainability piece current state with that data. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice to have, like a third checkpoint. If they have that, or you have two brands that are kind of debating which one to buy, if it's sustainable, they'll say, okay, yes, that's the kind of the third thing. But as Cassie mentioned, efficacy is very important. Regulation is too. Like people want to really trust and have brands that can really back what they're claiming. And over claiming, if you have brands, don't go there, back up a little bit, because people are really now knowledgeable and they have access to so much that, just be authentic, but have some data to promote that, your products, because that has a weight in the decision. And just to add to the value or price, it's not pricing. It's very important to understand that, because it's not just the price tag, but what value there is behind it. We all know that, we can shift our budget in different pockets to rationalize why we're buying a certain things, right?
Always.
Always. So it's really, does the product gives you the value of that price tag, right?
And what that value means to you. There's a big shift right now. A lot of us are probably seeing where consumers are buying single sachets. They want that convenience, because to them that is value. So they're willing to pay a little bit more for that, but that is what matters to them and that is a value for them. Just another quick takeaway too, there's no surprise here. It's been the same for a little while, but Gen Zs and millennials are still driving a lot of the market for sure. They're always looking for the TikTok trends, what's trending, what's out there. And then the legacy brands really still have a strong hold with the boomers. So just a little takeaway there too.
Before you change the slide, take a deep breath, because that might be a little, go for it. Ozempic, GLP-1. We have to understand that a lot of customers are using GLP-1, and that is driving significant change in the size of the basket, the grocery basket. Because when you take a GLP-1 product, your appetite decrease, right? There's some side effect to it. And we're seeing people that understand that they need to improve their protein intake, because they can't take as much, their big steak or whatever they're buying or eating in a larger quantity. They need to be able to shift to something. So that's why you've been seeing also, not only because, perimenopause and women have been told eat more protein, that the protein powder have increased significantly, but also the GLP-1 or semaglutide increase in usage has also increased, because people who use it understand that, hey, my appetite is going down. I won't be able to hit my threshold of protein I need. So I need to take something that is easier to digest. So that has an impact on that. And we'll go later on more of the impact. But a lot of big trends that you see in the industry is driven by this. And that's why at the beginning too, we told you we need to put aside judgment, because each to their own. We're there to help people, to say, hey, you're taking GLP-1, here's an end cap of supplements that can support the usage, and help them, educate them. Because that's helpful, but that's not, and be all. They still need to learn to eat well and not creating gaps. So for those who are going to support people who are using, and they come in your stores and they feel supported, they're gonna, open up. Because it's not something that, people are still uncomfortable to be judged with that. If you look at your surrounding, you might have people that are taking it and you've learned on the side and they're not comfortable of saying it. So keep that in mind. We have a planogram at the show showing some option on how you can do that. If you're not ready to say, hey, GLP support, you can say gut support or something, blood sugar balancing.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember berberine, right? Years ago. And we were still scratching our head on why is that? Well, that was from the US coming, the influence. But it's going to grow even more because now the patent is lifted. So more company people develop the same type of product. They have capsules now. So anyway, I won't go farther on this, but keep that in mind.
There was a statistic that I saw that estimates 30% of Canadians will be on GLP-1 medication by mid-2027. So that's like an astounding number to keep in mind.
Education. I alluded to that at the beginning, and I think that we are known in the industry to be very good with that. And we travel in many stores across Canada, and there's some stores that are excellent at that. You go in the aisle, there's somebody that will come and help you understand. And we need to go back to that. I think that there was lots of change during COVID that no more or very little employees in the aisle. There was a lot of education seminars in stores. We need to go back to that because people are confused. They are very confused. They hear a lot of words. They hear the take more protein, take fibers. But then the problem that I've discussed, when we discuss even at the office, is you have people that say, I need fiber. They go buy a fiber product. They've never taken fiber. They don't eat lots of vegetables. And then they take that full scoop and I see faces here. And then I'm like, oh my God.
I'm not good.
I can take fiber. Fiber is not good for me. They need the education to say, you know what, maybe a quarter scoop. And in a week, if all is good, just like with magnesium, right? Yeah. We raise them. If you took one day too much magnesium and you have the side effect of it, yes, right? But it's all about that education. And when we're in it so much, just like my story at the beginning in Atlanta, we think that everybody, magnesium, we all know magnesium, fiber, we all know about that. People who are coming in your store and more, people who shop conventional will come hoping to get that help, but you need the education piece. You need trained people. So please invest in there.
Protein. We could talk about protein all day long. Just as a reminder, this is still an absolutely dominating category within health food. The key takeaway from this is to remember that people are looking for protein in multiple facets. They want to have it in a protein powder. They want to have different flavors. Flavor is a big piece. There's a couple brands right now that are really winning on having lots of different flavor profiles for people. You want to have bars, you want to have beef jerky, all different types of proteins ready to drinks so that people can take it along their day in multiple different ways. So that's the option there. Mm-hmm. Stress and move.
Doesn't go away.
Doesn't go away.
Still exists.
So this is some information we pulled from Spins. These are just some trending ingredients within the stress and mood categories. So no surprise, magnesium. I feel like it will live in that spot for a very long time to come.
It's the base of the house.
It's the base of the house, 100%. Ashwagandha, no surprise. I'm sure everybody's seeing a huge uptake in ashwagandha. We're seeing more and more brands also incorporate that ingredient into hydration, into creatine, like different things. So we're starting to see that product kind of blended into more. And then no surprise again with theanine, GABA, and vitamin D.
And also keep in mind that companies are looking at that type of data as well when they look at the absenteeism in the companies.
Yes, that's a big one.
Exactly, that more and more people take, sick days or days off. And so there's a kind of a movement or results to look at how to support employees. So that's big to highlight as well in your store. it's not a trend that, has spiked crazy, although some numbers, but it's kind of underlying things that kind of exist in everybody's life because of the pace of life that we all have. So again, it's good to have different formulation, different delivery system, gummies, powder, all of the above. And we really suggest to add certain little sections that highlight that. Because again, people are going in, they hear a lot of things. But if you create like a little section that speak about more stress and mood, then it's easier to pick and identify what works for them as well.
The nice thing too is there's a massive focus on longevity as for normal, but it's shifted a little bit from just longevity to quality of that longevity. And people understand that stress and mood is a huge component to that. So there is a big focus on this category still.
And we'd like to give you a little bit of a highlight on some ingredients that just show up. Like I mentioned earlier, like a couple of years ago was berberine. Colostrum, it's very big again for that gut health. Has been, forever. It's not new. But it's definitely since the couple of last year, we've seen that pretty constant as a trend. Saffron is a very new one, I would say. Again, into that mood support and more antidepressant. So there's kind of new, a kind of interesting ingredient. Citrulline for more of that energy, no caffeine, very high again. Tagging on to the GLP-1 topic. If you eat less, energy is not as present. So people are looking for ingredients that will kind of give them that little oomph. And sea moss. I think that we've all heard sea moss for years. And I think the issue, and maybe you say if I'm totally wrong, please. But the problem with sea moss was the delivery. It was complicated. Like we see it, but it's like, oh, I need to do that mushy. And what am I going to do with this? It looks cool on TikTok, but what do I do with this? So there's more and more company that creates easy to access sea moss. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, chewables definitely, or gummies are the way to go. For anybody in this room who's tried sea moss right off the spoon, you know what I'm talking about. But it is still seeing a lot of growth. So creatine. I could talk all day about creatine. I'm sure you've all seen it in the stores. There's a massive push and a lot of awareness surrounding this ingredient, which is great. There's a ton of studies and some really big names out there really talking about creatine. And there's some, like Julie said here, the gym rat, the person that was working out. That's really shifted. Now creatine is covered across multiple categories for brain, for women's health, all sorts of things. So making sure that you have a really good, solid category in store and a lot of placement with different deliveries, powders, gummies, flavors too. There's some brands that are launching flavored creatine, which makes that compliance piece easier. You're not just drinking a chalky white powder. You're getting a little bit of flavor in it too. So making sure that you have heavy focus on this category.
I would even say it is so big that really create a 4-foot set.
It could
honestly, it could be on its own. It's so big. Just as out of curiosity, who takes creatine here in the room?
Right?
We'll have to get you on this. Yeah. That's amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
So hormone health, we say from taboo to trending because a while ago where it was like, shh, she's in bad mood. Just, look the other way. Yeah, exactly. Want some chocolate. Exactly. So now we really look into that in all categories. We put some face care product. We put some hormonal support. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's kind of a beautiful revolution now because it was kind of, you're 50 years old. I remember my mom, right? She had to sit in the snowbank and I was like, what's happening? Like we're in Quebec, but my God, like, I get it. I totally get it. But the support that conventional is offering might not be optimal. Again, there's exceptions, but people look up to us to really help them in that journey. And there's fabulous formula, just like we have Suclu there and Erin Wellness, because menopause and perimenopause is huge. And it's where people need a lot of support. Again, we were in that live presentation and think about the women's in high position, leadership position. I don't know. I'm going to speak for myself because I've been through that. And you're in a certain position and you're expected to deliver at a certain level, but then you get whacked by the hormones that go down and you don't know what's happening, but you're not yourself anymore. And that's what you're going to hear in the store. I'm not myself anymore. I look at what I was doing before and now I'm like, whoa, how was I doing this? And until you get back that balance. So can you imagine at home with your spouse, at work with your children, how people go through this? And it's very difficult and challenging if they don't get the support.
Two pieces to this too, that people don't realize the age where perimenopause is actually starting is far younger than we initially thought, 35 years old. And it's a bit of a shocking thing to say, but I met with a hormone specialist personally, and she said there's two main reasons people come to finally seek out help from her is that they're going to divorce their spouse or they're going to commit suicide. And when I heard that for somebody who lives in this world all the time, that made me realize that the education piece behind this is so, so important for us to help people through this journey, because that's an alarming thing to hear for sure.
On a lighter note,
Yeah.
hydration is not going away. It's actually very much expanding. There's more fun, and I won't steal Cassie's thunder on the next slide, but it definitely is really for you to expand in the store. Again, we say that every year, but keep expanding.
And it's such a fun category. It just keeps growing. It used to be like you just have your electrolytes and you just have your, water alternatives. And now the category is just so, so much more than that. A big piece of the hydration category is energy drinks. Mm-hmm. And again, this could potentially be a controversial conversation, but the reality is that the alcohol market is significantly down. I saw a statistic of the exact amount the other day. I cannot remember, and my apologies, but it is significant. And there is a huge shift for people to want to have that fun drink, want to have something different, give themselves a little bit of energy midday, or have something that's mocktail-ish at a party. And that is energy drinks. This market is not slowing down anytime soon. And the stat is that it's going to be $1 billion category by 2027. So expanding into this, making it approachable, offering better for you for the consumer. This is driving a massive amount of new consumers into health food. They are looking for these products. So making it approachable and having this option for them is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And add to that is you, again, think about my Coca-Cola, which seems extreme, but when you sit in a restaurant or you sit in not this environment, look around. People are still after their, sugary drinks. So giving them something that is a bit better, it's already a big win.
Exactly. 5 minutes. And this just kind of shows the beverage routine. It's really changed in the past. It used to be like you have your coffee in the morning, you have your tea at night, but now there's so much more in between that. People are wanting to have their pre-workout. They're wanting to have convenience via an energy drink or their matcha, their coffee. People love to have bone broth at night instead of a tea. So making sure that you're calling out different options within, even like Julie said, a 4-foot category, an end cap of different beverages people can have during the day is going to help your shopper as well. Also, this category is massively driven by social media. That is no surprise, but this category in particular, the energy drink brands are really hitting hard on TikTok and Instagram.
So we're going to jump into beauty. This is a big trend. And the question I was asked is, hey, Julie, do you think it's going to go away? It's just kind of a fad? No. There is stores right now opening that is Korean beauty. To me, and I shopped and looked at a couple of them, that's a new Sephora for you. That's absolutely what it is. So we're looking at some Korean brand and some stores. I know you already have some. It is to stay. And that trend is really that dewy, glowy, very tight kind of look, skin, hydrated. So there to stay. The scale here. You want to talk about
So
it?
the big piece of this, again, is remembering to meet consumers where they are. There is a lot more awareness of people wanting to have better for you options on their skin. And it's really important to lead people through that scale. You might have somebody walking in that's conventional. And then if you go put them on the most natural and organic face care brand, you might freak them out a little bit. It takes a little bit of time to get them there, right? So making sure that we offer that scale and we guide people through those transitions.
Yeah, it's again about that education, right? Is to ask the right questions to make sure that you know where they're at and what's their objective.
Exactly. And this here is just showing you the current largest beauty trends. So if you kind of see a theme running through here, it's all very much based on hydration. And the Korean beauty trend is really what's driving that. Hyaluronic acid has been trending for quite a few years. I don't see that going anywhere anytime soon. Lips, if you don't have a designated lip category, that's a big, big one. People are looking for lip masks, lip scrubs, all different types. Castor oil is still a huge category for eyelash growth, hair growth, eyebrows, all that sort of thing. So still seeing that. Who here has been out in public on an airplane and seen somebody with under eye patches on? Everybody.
I will have them.
Having those face mask options, those sheet masks, under eye patches, they are a huge trending category. Everybody loves to use them, and it's a really nice, extra basket ring too.
It's a fun thing as
It
well.
is.
And again, you're gonna come out of here and you'll hear my voice even in your dream, but do events.
Yes.
All of this is very fun and you can really tackle everything, like having a brand that can do makeover. The sheet masks are easy to do and fun to do as a group and educate people. Say, hey, bring your conventional favorite stuff and or what you want to exchange and let's show you what we have here.
Exactly.
Let's bring that fun back because reality is that what's happening in the market, there's a lot of online purchasing, right? So we're kind of having that competitor out there in the cloud. But people are coming to your store and you need to be different. So make it different by creating that, knowledgeable person they can trust when they come with their problem. They're not judged. And there's fun event and they can come with their spouse. And for men's event as well, we didn't talk a lot about men's health, but it is there. We really highlighted the biggest trend, but that's not to forget too. So make sure that you do that.
For sure. And last but not least, blush. Blush is a huge category in the makeup space. It's probably one of the largest. Coming from a girl who has blush blindness, and I'm okay with it. It's a big trend. Everybody loves to wear some blush.
What's blush blindness?
When you just love to rock a whole lot of blush on your face. You just look awake all the time.
You're just look at the gorgeous.
Absolutely. So the final takeaways, if we think about just like product or trends wise, protein, fiber, well-educated people use our fiber. We talk about hormone health, so having different products categories, creatine, different all shapes and forms. Make sure you have lots of hydration. In the makeup or natural personal care for your face, we talk about Korean beauty, hydration, looking your best. The blush brings that, right? And I would say the overarching of all of this, the message we want to really you to go is meet people where they are. Make sure that you don't judge them because if they come in, they take GLP, make it easy for them to feel safe that they can share that. The beautiful thing about this industry is that even though the economy is, shaky, people want to live longer but better. But they need help because all that social media sea of information makes people very confused. So they need us. They need all of us here and good products to support that. Say too? Yes, you? Thank you.